actually has an internal PPC system, which you can use to drive internal traffic from Amazon to your listing. So you can get your products to appear on the Amazon searches. But the reality here is that the learning curve with Amazon PPC is not as steep as learning, let's say, Facebook ads or Google ads to get the advertising needs. So trust me, there's going to be a lot of tools that you can find to help you find the right product and what keywords to target for your ads on Amazon. So if we're going to talk about startup costs, entering the Amazon FBA private label space will require that you have a higher budget for specifically paying for inventory and also paying for fees for shipments and logistics to get your products from China or wherever you're sourcing it to the warehouse. And once it's at Amazon's extensive warehouses, there's also an additional fee that you'll have to be cognizant of, which is the storage fee that Amazon charges you on a monthly basis for fulfillment. The other things that you're going to have to consider is that there are fees for designing, for photography, for buying barcodes, all of which are part of your branding process in making your product unique and stand out from the pack. So realistically, you can start selling products on Amazon with about $3,000 to $5,000 of startup budget, mainly spent for your products. But keep in mind, although you might be spending a lot for the upfront quantity, realize that you're buying quantities in bulk, which means you're getting the bulk price, right? So that means that you'll get a higher profit margin compared to selling something on dropshipping. Starting capital might be higher with Amazon, but you'll have a better chance of getting a higher return on your investment through doing private label and selling your own brand. Now let's go ahead and talk about marketing costs, okay? So this is another one. So I kind of touched on this earlier. Shopify dropshipping, when it comes to marketing, you really need to master a lot of the skills when it comes to Shopify dropshipping. Things like marketing, traffic generation, conversion optimization, brand building, working with comparison shopping engines. So what you can expect is there's going to be a steep learning curve because setting up the Shopify site is easy. The hard part is actually driving traffic to your store because there's no immediate audience to go after. So really, this is the massive differentiator between dropshipping and FBA. In dropshipping, you drive traffic to the website mainly from paid traffic. And you can't be successful in dropshipping without knowing how to create Facebook ads. And to get good results, you have to understand how to create Facebook campaigns using custom audiences or lookalike audiences and other advanced and interesting strategies like setting up conversion campaigns or using pixels to retarget audience members. So you'll know how to do things like, you'll have to learn how to do things like reading Google Trend Graphs, creating Google Ads, setting up email campaigns, and even reaching out to Instagram influencers. So these are all things that you have to think about if you're setting up a standalone Shopify site. Of course, you could also do free traffic through, let's say, SEO, but you also have to realize that to get traffic from SEO, it's going to be a long process because you have to spend a lot of time creating content, and it takes a long time for that content to build and rank so that you actually get traffic to your store. So in reality, to get your store started up front quickly, you'll need to have a good skill set with understanding how to create paid traffic ads. Now, let's go ahead and shift gears and talk about Amazon FBA marketing costs. So with Amazon, you don't need to create Facebook or Instagram ads, and you don't have to do SEO from the ground up. You benefit from Amazon's massive budget on gathering customers and their algorithms and their expertise. So you can leverage Amazon's astronomical traffic. Okay? I mean, based on statistics alone, Amazon has almost 2.64 billion visits from February 2018 to July 2018. That's just completely mind-blowing. So what that means is there's an existing trust that Amazon customers have with Amazon. With that said, all you really have to focus on is optimizing your listing and driving traffic using Amazon's PPC system, which is vertically integrated within Amazon FBA. And one of the most important concepts to understand is that the people who visit Amazon already know what they want to buy. All you need to do is to find the relevant keywords for your product and make sure that your listing appears in the search results. So with Amazon, you don't need to focus as much as establishing a brand. Thanks to Amazon's goodwill and thanks to their fulfillment, you'll be able to take advantage of Amazon's massive traffic. So let's go ahead and dive into fulfillment because this is a really important thing to consider when you're deciding between the two models. And really, this is where I think Amazon really stands out from the dropshipping model. And the reason why is because Amazon has a crazy, unparalleled fulfillment network, meaning they own distribution centers throughout the US and throughout the world, which makes it really easy to fulfill products to customers. And so since Amazon takes care of the fulfillment, they also take care of a lot of returns. So you don't have to handle any returns or anything like that. And a lot of the customer service is taken care of for you. People can call Amazon and they can go ahead and get things resolved. And so this means that as an Amazon seller, you'll have enough time to focus on building your business and finding more and more products. Shipping time obviously plays a role in online buying decisions. And so another thing to consider is that while some shoppers might be happy to wait a few days for their order to arrive from overseas, a lot of people are used to getting their products really quickly. So this is where Amazon really comes into play. They can deliver products up to 22 days, okay? Sometimes even 24 hours. So that's where it stands out. With dropshipping, usually lead times are longer because suppliers aren't as reliable, or maybe they're shipping from overseas. And so Amazon FBA is basically the main reason why Prime exists, okay? So essentially, for those of you not familiar, Prime members pay $13 a month to get 2-day super fast shipping with a bunch of other added benefits exclusive to Prime members. And at some point, Amazon will be using drones to deliver packages to the doorstep. But with Shopify dropshipping, it's entirely different. Your orders are sent to your suppliers, which means that they have to process the orders, and typically there are going to be slower shipping times. So if you use the dropshipping method, you're going to rely heavily on communication with the supplier. And if the supplier fails to update you that they're out of stock, then you won't be able to fulfill the order, and you risk having a bad, terrible customer experience. And this can be a massive challenge. So it wouldn't be wise to just have one supplier. A lot of people actually have as many as 2 or 3 suppliers, just in case one supplier doesn't work out. Because ultimately selling something that you can't deliver on time can ruin your reputation. For many Shopify sellers, finding a great dropshipping supplier is incredibly challenging, and it can take weeks or months to find the right person. This really requires that you build and maintain a solid relationship with your supplier. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into product selection. So this is a key factor for the business models on both ends. Now, in both Shopify dropshipping and Amazon FBA, you're gonna have to spend hours foraging and finding the right profitable product. And it could take weeks and even in some cases months before sellers find that one winning product. Dropshipping enables you to find a slew of new products. You can try to a new product to something, and it's not as risky as if you were going to purchase a product in bulk, because remember, you don't take any inventory risk. In Shopify, you can sell trending products, and this can help you earn a huge amount of money fast because you can move very, very quickly. All you have to do is find the right product and drive traffic, and that can be done in a matter of days. Now, with Amazon FBA, selling trending products is possible, but it's not necessarily recommended because there's a long lead time from when the product is produced to when it arrives at the warehouse, especially if you're sourcing from China. So it could be a huge problem if, let's say, you're working with a trending item, and by the time the product arrives, it's no longer trendy, then you're stuck